How y'all doing today? Got our coffee going here. I was just sitting here, you know, breaking up some tinder, making some feather sticks. Just kind of doing something to keep myself occupied and busy while I'm waiting on my coffee. So, I went out and you saw me use the little saw, which it worked well for small stuff, but anything too terribly big, I don't think we'll have any luck with. But it would definitely be a saw that you could put in your bag, kind of take with you. It fits in the pocket of my coat, which I thought was really interesting. So all in all, it's not really a bad saw. It just strictly made for smaller things. And when you're out and about, you need a lot of, when you're out doing this kind of stuff, you need a lot of different saws. Dropping my sugar on the ground. And you need a lot of different things. I mean, pretty much most people who go out into the woods, they carry 2 or 3 different kinds of knives. I mean, I do. And I would imagine other people do as well. And you just need a little bit of everything. Like me personally, I was sitting here making up a little tinder case and stuff for tinder to go into and just have different things. I don't particularly think what I do all the time is considered bushcraft. I don't think I fall under that 100% category. Because I will use chainsaws. And the reason why you almost need to, I mean, if you're going to do a lot of different videos, the problem is, where's my creamer? Right here. Is to sit there and go out with the saw and process enough firewood, to last you a few days would take forever with just a plain Jane bow saw, which I just dropped my shit into the coffee. I can't do my coffee and talk at the same time. But you almost need the extra help, And when you can sit there and do, 2 weeks worth of firewood with a chainsaw in a matter of minutes, well, not a matter of minutes, but you know what I mean. It just makes things easier. My coffee. So, all in all, I like the saw. It's neat. I do like the fact that it will fit in my pocket, so a lot of times when I go out, I don't bring a bag. I've got a vest that I will show you guys later. It holds all kinds of stuff from a firearm to anything you could possibly think of. And I'll do a review on it. I do believe it's a knockoff brand. I don't think it's actually military. So we're just kind of out here in the cabin. Kind of surveying. It got really cold last night. I wasn't out here. Lady was not feeling well, which, if this tells you anything, if you've watched my videos, my puppy dog usually doesn't lay around. She's usually very active. But today she's not very active. We were going to do a lot more stuff today, but I think we're going to cancel and let the fires go out and head back. Because I don't think she's feeling well. I did bring the stuff down to add power to the cabin, which when I say power, I don't mean like actual electricity. I'm running stuff off a car battery, and then I have a charging system for the car battery. That will last probably 1 or 2 charges. I'm looking for decent priced solar panels, something that's not too big. I'm afraid of going too extreme and having something get damaged by somebody. because I can't always be out here to police everything, and I've got cameras hid, my trail cameras hid all over the place to keep people off the property, because it's a liable thing. So, when I was talking about knives, it's the same with saws. I carry a couple different knives. Okay, this is the Big Daddy. I use this for everything. It can hack through limbs, all kinds of stuff. And it's nothing fancy. It's not a high dollar knife or anything like that. You can get them relatively around no more than 50, I think it was. Probably a lot less than that, but I can't remember offhand. It is a really good blade. You can baton very well with it, and I really like it. Of course, that's what goes here. Now, I'll tell you, the sheath that came with it wasn't that good. My next one, which is a carving one, if it's something small and you want to cut it up into smaller pieces, you can baton with this knife, and it will do, a fairly good job. This one has been used a lot. The only downside to it is the blade is not very thick, so you can't pry on it or anything like that. But if you want a knife that holds a good blade and you can use for building stuff and, you know, just cutting in general stuff, this is the knife to do it. It has a very comfortable handle. This is the one I use for doing a lot of feather sticks and cutting rope, you know, just any kind of little things I need done. So that's that one. And I think I picked this up at Walmart. I can't really remember. It might have been, I travel for a living, I stop at a lot of places. This one I've had on a video before. It's my little one. And what I've always liked about this one is it came with a flint stick. That was always interesting. And all in all, this is a very well built knife. The only thing I didn't like about this is the short blade. I do like that it has a full metal tang that runs the entire knife. It's got a piece down here which you can either wrap paracord on. You can also hit on this if you need to, or use it for cracking nuts or anything else. So that's kind of what I'm going with. Now, hatchets and stuff like that, I have a bunch of those as well. This one here is the one I use, if I don't drop it, all the time. It goes with me on my bag. I do have a thing to cover it, which I had to make. It came with a plastic one. Somebody, you know, got a hold of it and chewed it up. But I don't want to leave, you know, I want to leave them nameless at this time. But it's just a cheap axe. It's nothing special. Plastic handle, you know. I liked it because it was lightweight. This is the stuff, this is the one I carry with me in my bag wherever I'm going, because not only can you split wood with it or process wood, cut down small trees, stuff like that, it's just an all-around good tool. And I don't like using hatchets as hammers, but a lot of people do, and it does have the weight for it, so you could use it for a hammer. And it's one of my more favorite. Right now it needs some work to the blade. It's got some issues. I'll probably take it in and clean it up real good, take care of it. Now, moving on with axes. This is my other one. It's a Task. I do believe they would call this one the boys hatchet, youth hatchet. I got it because I have a lot of little people running around and they like to help. They can swing this one a little better. And I mean, all in all, it's really well made. The handle's not bad. I have had no issues with it. It has chopped a lot of firewood. When certain people come with me, this is the one they'll use because the bigger one is too heavy. And I don't know if we can see the name or not. Oh, I don't know if you can see it or not. I'm using my phone because my camera went dead. But it's a fairly good axe. This one has not seen much use. I use it when I'm bucking up bigger logs for firewood. And I don't have I have a wood burning stove inside here, but it's not a big one. So pretty much for my stove, anything about probably 10 to 12 inches is the biggest you're gonna put in there. So this one gets neglected a lot. It doesn't get to be used all the time, which it still does a fantastic job, which she's running a little on the dull side. The last thing I used it for was taking down a big tree, and the reason I did that was I had the kids out here and I was showing them how to do stuff. That's a big ass elbow, isn't it? I have a lot more things planned out. I'm trying to keep my videos to about 10 or 15 minutes. The longer videos take me a lot longer to do, and a lot of the stuff I do is repetitive. Like, nobody wants to watch me process firewood for 2 hours, you know. I understand that would get really boring. So we have a lot more things planned out, but like I said, my puppy's not feeling well today, and she's acting very odd because she's not bouncing around and playing and stuff like that. She's just out. So we're gonna call today pretty much quits. I did install a new stove, which is one I built. I used a 50, it's an ammo can for 50 ammunition. Much bigger, and I'll tell you what, it just really cranks out the heat, and I cannot believe how long it lasts. The smaller one, which was a 9mm can, say 8 inches by a foot maybe, give or take, like every 2 or 3 hours, if you made it that long, you were filling it back full of firewood, you know, just to keep my little 10 by 12 warm. The one I have now, which I built a lot different, I'll tell you what, like the heat radiating off it now is really good. It keeps this place nice and toasty. We were out here during, it was, let me see, it was after the rain when it turned to snow. So it was in the 20s, and we were relatively nice and warm. Lady was in her little bed sleeping, and I was in mine, and we were relatively warm and toasty, so I can't ever complain. Now we'll see how long it lasts. I quit, but we'll see how long it lasts. And now that my phone is actually getting ready to die, so I guess I'm done making videos. I wish I could have done more today for you guys, but I hope you like this one. Catch me out next time where we'll find something interesting to do. You guys have a good day.